My Dog, and welcome to another exciting episode of my Filipino venture. I'm going to be your tour guide. My name is Michael, and my better half Ina is at work at the moment. So first, apologize for not making a video in a little bit, just settling into life in America. We spent a month over in the Philippines, a little bit longer for Ina, and so it takes a little bit of recalibration. Get back, get in the swing of things. So now back to making some videos. First off, I want to welcome the 200 or 300 new subscribers that we've gotten since our trip. Glad to see that. We're still not monetized. We're not making any money off this channel, but let's get the watch hours up and let's get back on track here, and so we can keep the channel growing. Okay, that being said, I made a video about Dumaguete, and I had a few people reach out, and I got a couple emails saying, why Dumaguete? Why is everyone moving to Dumaguete? Well, not everyone is. There's pockets of expats all through the Philippines. Every island that you go to, you're gonna find a little community of expats, and then some just scattered through. I found some expats living in Hinobaan, which is Ina's hometown, and there's nothing there. I mean, it's just like zero there, and it's three and a half hours away from Dumaguete, and probably 8 hours away from Bacolod, and probably an hour away from Bayawan. And Bayawan's the biggest city, but not that big. Nice little city though. So anyway, so you're gonna find pockets all over the place. I know if you go outside Mindanao, or I'm sorry, Manila, full of expats. Lots of expats in Manila. You go on the outskirts of there, like Angeles City, Subic Bay, all through there, lots of expats. You go up north of Manila, up to Baguio, lots of expats in Baguio. They like the temperature because it's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler up there. Tagaytay, same thing, it's 10 degrees cooler. It's up in the mountains a little bit. That's where the volcano is that just erupted. So you'll find expats all over the place. Every island, down in Mindanao, everywhere, Palawan, you'll find expats living there. But I'd say the most of the fanfare goes to Dumaguete. That's where most people talk about. I would guess, I'm not sure, but I would guess the largest expat community, maybe outside the Manila area, is in Dumaguete. Maybe even beating out Manila, I'm not sure. And why is that? Why is it that everyone wants to live in Dumaguete? A lot of people will probably go to Dumaguete and maybe settle in Dumaguete because of all the videos, all the bloggers that are coming from there. And they feel like they know it from watching the videos, and they feel like it's a good place to live. I think once they get there, they're gonna find out why it really is one of the best places to retire. Now, these are just my personal thoughts. Why I want to go to Dumaguete. Go back and watch video 24 hours in my favorite city, Dumaguete, and you can see like the boardwalk and the restaurants and all that stuff. There's nice, quiet nightlife. There's no go-go bars. There's no strip clubs. There's no nightclubs like raves and stuff. So this is for the people my age, and most of the people that are living there are retired or getting close to retirement age. So it's busy enough, but yet reserved enough that we feel comfortable there. It's a city of, I thought it was 150,000, but Bob Brown told me it was more like 230,000, or a viewer told me 230. It's growing, 230,000 people. So not a huge city by any means. I live outside Detroit, and Detroit's less than 1,700,000 or something. So it's 3 times bigger than Detroit, and Detroit's not one of the big cities in America. And that's what I like about it, is I always lived in the suburbs of Detroit, not in the city itself. I'm surrounded by trees and lakes out here. I like the kind of province lifestyle, but I love having a big city 45 minutes to an hour away. So if there's a good concert in town, we'll go downtown. If I want to go see the Red Wings or the Detroit Lions or the Pistons or the Tigers play, It's only an hour, less than an hour, 45-minute drive. Great restaurants. We've got casinos downtown in Detroit, MGM, the Greek Town, Motor City Casinos. So I like being able to access all these great amenities in the city, but not actually live in the city. And that's what I like about Dumaguete is you can live on the outskirts of Dumaguete and go into town when you need it. Now, a lot of the people live in the city itself, and a little like not much, 200 square meter property, rent a house or something like that. That's not me, but if that's what you like, then that's great. If you want to live in the city. If you go from Dumaguete, it's at the bottom corner of Niagros, which is split into two. Niagros is an island, but it's split into two. There's Niagros East, which is Oriental, and that's where Dumaguete is. And if you go on the other side, Niagros Occidental, which means west, the western Niagros. So if you go up around the islands on each side, no one goes up in the center because that's just mountains. You'll find great things out through. Niagros is a great island. Now, if you go west up from Dumaguete, you're going to hit Pekong, and that's where Mark, Every Man Has a Story, lives. And then you can get up to Darwin, and I think that's where Finn Snow just bought some property and he's building. And I think that's where Critter Hunter, he lives. And then you can go up to Zamboanga, and from there you can go across to Apu Island and watch the sea turtles. And you can, if you travel up even farther, you can go up to like Bayawan, and then up to where Ina lives, and then up to Sapala, and then all the way up to Bacolod, which is right across from Iloilo, which is its own island. So there's just a lot of great things to do in the island. Darwin has the best scuba diving in the world. Like I said, Apu Island, there's sea turtles. You're not gonna go there and not see sea turtles. It's a guarantee you're gonna see sea turtles. And if you go up the other side, which I haven't explored too much, Cebulan, and we almost bought some property in Amlan, and there's this great little town called Tanhay. And I think you go a little bit further, is that Sunshine Shoulders guy lives on that upper east side of Niagros. It's a great island, but Dumaguete is where I think the heart of the island is. Now that's great. We've got movie theaters. There's at least two movie theaters I know of. There's one in Robinson Mall, one in is at the New City Mall. There's the Lee Plaza, which is great shopping. There's a couple McDonald's, there's a couple Jollibees. There's Red Ribbons and Chow Kings and pizza, and there's one of the greatest bakeries in the world there, I think, and that's Sans Rival, right down in Dumaguete. There's the Boardwalk, which I mentioned before. Great restaurants, good hospitals. They've got the Silliman University, which is a really, really good college on any scale. You know, not just first world or like Americans and Western scales. It's a good college. It'll hold up to most other colleges. And it's just a really great, vibrant city that's big enough to have all your amenities, but not so big that it's overwhelming like Manila and Cebu. So that's why I love the city. There's another thing too I like about the city, and that is the port. Now from the port there, which is right on the boulevard, you can go for a couple bucks. I think when we went to Siquijor, which is like a 2-hour boat ride, you get onto these really big ferries, big enough that you can put cars and trikes or scooters on, and you can go over to Siquijor. I think it was 400 pesos, $8. I mean, that's a Starbucks coffee, right? You can go all the way to a different island. And I think I don't remember the prices, but I've taken the fast jets and the ferries to Tagbilaran City, which is right there in Bohol, with Pangalo Island, and you can take it to Cebu. That's only about a 30-minute boat ride across to Cebu, to Santander, and then from there it's only 3 hours drive up to Cebu City, but if it's only an hour or less to Oslab to see the whale sharks. You can take, this is a little bit longer trip, but you can take from the port, you can go all the way to Mindanao. So you can get pretty much all the great islands right there from that port for really reasonable. So if you want to go island hopping, it's right there. It's not a big headache to try to organize these little trips. And then also the Dumaguete airport. There's a little airport. It's really small and it's really easy to maneuver and it's really easy to fly in and to fly out of. There's no gates. You just land on the tarmac and they put the steps up to the plane and you get out and you get on the tarmac and walk in, which I kind of like that. But from there you can fly to Cebu for like 50 bucks, Manila for like 70 or 80 bucks. There's a lot of freedom in Dumaguete for traveling. You can go, and it's like 10 minutes outside of downtown Dumaguete to get to the airport. Take a trike there, 300 pesos or something, $6. And then fly anywhere you'd like. Now most flights you'll have to go to Manila. I wanted to fly to Palawan from Dumaguete, but first that would take me to Manila and then Manila to Palawan. But still, you can travel all through the Philippines just out of that little airport. And it's easy and it's easy to get to, and it's a real low hassle type of traveling. So you got the ferries and you got the airport if you want to travel. And then the island itself is fantastic. So there you go. I think that's why Dumaguete, for me, like I said, I don't want to live in the city itself. I'd like to live in the province like I do here, outside of Detroit. I live in kind of a country settings, suburban, not really country, but that's what I like to do in the Philippines. I like to go out to like, Old Dog lives up in Valencia, which is like 15 to 20 minutes drive up, and it's cooler there. It's a quiet, beautiful little city. He wants to go to Dumaguete, jump on his motorcycle, and be there in 15 minutes. I like to be maybe even a little further out. The prices are going to drop. And maybe a little bit more property, a little bit more quiet life. And if I need something, even if it's a 45-minute drive, if I have to go that far out to find a place to retire, 45 minutes into the Dumaguete, spend the day, 45 minutes back. Do that 2 or 3 times a week. It's not a hassle at all. All your grocery shopping, your hypermarket, your market, your wet markets, meat markets, vegetable markets. Just go in there, even if once a week, even if you did it every day. That's an 1.5-hour drive round trip. I don't know if you'd want to do it every day, but anyway, I'm at 12 minutes already, so I've gone too far. So I'm sure there's a lot of other good points and probably some cons too. Leave those in the messages below if you have some thoughts on this. So stay cool, subscribe, like, share, try to get our watch hours up. We're trying to get monetized again. No rush, but help us out if you can, and stay classy.